Are we live? Hi, guys. Oh, gosh. I feel like my quality is not that good. Oh, no. Can you guys see me? Oh, my God. I am having technical difficulties. Hey, Brooklyn. I'm trying to get this situated. My day's fine so far. I literally just got home. We had a after work thing that I completely forgot about. So I had to move the time back and I'm still late. So excuse me if I'm all over the place. I'm gonna wait, what are we at? 2 minutes? I'm gonna wait a few minutes just so people can hop on. How's everyone doing? How's your day been? This shouldn't take too long. I originally was gonna do an hour, but I probably won't even do an hour, to be honest. I have a ton of books to share with you guys, though. What are y'all reading right now? I'm reading Garden Spells right now by Sarah Addison Allen. I'm going to talk about this book in a second, but this book is really good. I'm only like a third of the way through it, but this is a really good fall book. This is actually what gave me the idea to do this live. Well, once you're done with Midnight Sun, you should watch my review / reading vlog because it's very entertaining. It's pretty long. I did not want it to be that long. I cut it down a lot, actually. There's some clips missing from the video, but I do have Midnight Sun here and all my glorious tabs. I'm reading The Toll right now. The Toll is the third book to Scythe, right? I feel like I'm all over the place. What's new? What is new? You already watched it? Well, don't spoil yourself. All right, if we don't get many people hopping on, that's fine. I'll still do the live. Obviously, I'm going to go over all these books, but I might not keep it on my channel. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I feel like this live is very different from what I was doing with Midnight Sun because those were very planned and thought out. And this was kind of like something I thought of a couple days ago just because I'm reading a really good book right now. That's very like fall / spooky vibes. So I was like, let's try it. Why not? And yeah, I just felt like doing a live because I hadn't done one since the Twilight trivia, since the Midnight Sun trivia, and I really wanted to do one. Hunting party. I've never heard of that before. Yes, it's the 3rd. I've wanted to read Scythe for so long. I just never pick it up. I don't know why. I just had a friend. I don't know if she's read the 3rd book. I think she did. It was either the 2nd or the third book. She was like, "Oh my gosh, it was amazing." I just never pick it up for some reason. I don't know why. There's a lot of books I just don't pick up. Okay, let's go ahead and start. I feel like I've done this live like way too late in the day, but it is what it is. So I kind of have like some categories because I feel like good fall or autumn books should be categorized depending on like what your tastes are. So I'm going to start with witchy aesthetic vibes because the book I'm reading right now is like that. So the book I'm reading, I just showed y'all, is called Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen. If you guys like practical magic, I think it was like a 90s, maybe early 2000s Sandra Bullock movie, you're going to love this. This is literally practical magic in a book. I'm hoping it's not, I hope it doesn't play out exactly like practical magic because I've seen that movie so many times and obviously I want it to be different, but literally like the setup is the exact same. It's 2 sisters. They're in a small town and everyone kind of knows of their family. So they're like the weird witchy family. And they have an apple garden. So like apples play a big part in it. It's like a magic garden and it's just practical magic. Is that the name of it? I think that's the name of it. But yeah, this book is like so good so far. When I come home, I want to read this so bad. Because I love like 90s, early 2000s Sandra Bullock movies, and this is just giving me all those vibes. It's magical realism. So this is my first time trying out magical realism, and so far I really like it, but we'll see what happens. I don't even have all the books here with me, so I'm not very prepared, but next is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. So I've never read this before. I really want to, though. It's just, look at this. It's a pretty big book. I know we are following magicians in New York. In what year is that? I think it goes between like modern day New York and like old time New York. 1902. Yeah, they travel. They're like time travelers, like that have magic, and I don't know. I feel like it kind of reminds me of Fantastic Beast to follow like magicians in New York. So I think that's what intrigues me the most. But yeah, they're magicians, so obviously it's going to be like witchy. And I heard it's a really good, like, it's entertaining. It's kind of like adventurous, and there's a mystery. The other one I have on here is Undead Girl Gang. I guess I should look up like pictures for you guys if you've never seen it before. Most of these books are pretty popular though. Undead Girl Gang. Hopefully you can see it. If you can see that, this is what the cover looks like. It's by Lily Anderson. It's basically you're following a girl and I think her friends in high school. A girl dies and she comes, I can't remember if the main character is a witch or they like try to become witches or something like that, but they bring back this girl from the dead and she's like a zombie. So then they have to like kill the zombies. So if you like high school books, creepy kind of zombie witchy books, you'll probably like that one. The next one is The Wicked Deep. So I read this one 2 years ago, 2018, I think. This is what the cover looks like, if you can see that. So it's about sirens. So if you are a siren or mermaid person, you like those types of books, then you will like this. This was my first siren book I ever read. I gave it 3 stars, either 3 or 3.5 stars. I did like it. I found it to be a little bit predictable, but I feel like if you haven't read that type of book before, you don't read them often, you won't find it predictable. I just like guess things in books for some reason all the time, and basically I guess the plot twist, so it kind of ruined the book for me. But yeah, if you want to try out some siren books, I would definitely recommend that. It's very witchy, like fall aesthetic. Basically there are 3 sirens that come back to the town every year, and they'll take like boys, they'll kill boys in the water. But the sirens will like impersonate different girls, and our main character is like a young teenage girl, and she's trying to protect this boy. And yeah, it's got that like, the town is like a coastal town. It's kind of like Twilight setting a little bit, where it's on like, it's a really rainy town and it's near the ocean, but it's like literally right on the ocean, not like Forks where it's like not right on the ocean. I do really like the cover of The Wicked Deep. That's actually why I picked it up, because I like the cover so much. Um, I'd be lying if I would say, I would be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed in this book. I was a little disappointed, but I think I had high hopes for like the whole siren, like mermaid thing. People talk about it all the time. Like I'll see YouTube videos about books about sirens and people are really into it, and I just couldn't really get into it. But if you want that like witchy aesthetic vibe, like you're gonna like it. Okay, next we're gonna do dark. How do you say this word? I know it's like academy, so is it like dark academia? I feel like I'm probably saying it wrong. I have a huge stack of books over here, and I'm gonna have to move them like every time I go to get a book because I was in a hurry. But the first one is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I'm sure you have seen this everywhere at this point on YouTube. This is actually featured in my video books I've DNF'd. So yes, I've technically DNF'd this book. I was a third of the way through it, which sounds like I probably shouldn't recommend it, but it was really good. I started it like it was like the end of fall, so it was going into winter, and I think that's when I started Twilight. Actually, I started rereading Twilight. I put this down, but I definitely want to pick it up again and finish it because it was really good. So if you don't know what Dark Academy, someone help me with this. Dark Academy, I don't know. It's basically where you have a prestigious old school, usually normally like a college, but it can be like a boarding school. And Truly Devious, it's a boarding school, so she's like high school age. And it's super just like creepy and mysterious, and it's just very like dark. So it's usually a mystery, sometimes a thriller. But usually you're following a student or multiple students. It's kind of like a whodunit type of thing, and it can just get like creepy and weird. That's what that like subgenre is. And Truly Devious is about a girl who's like who's really into detective work. Like she wants to be a detective, and she's going to a boarding school in, I think it's Connecticut or like upstate New York, somewhere in that area. and she wants to figure out who the killer is that murdered a bunch of people at the school like a really long time ago. And it was pretty good so far. I did get a little confused because there were so many characters, but I really want to pick it up. I know there's 3 books in this series, and I've heard that the second and third one aren't as good as the first one, that the first one is the best. So I might just read just the first one and then not continue after that. We'll see. But when I put this in my DNF video, people were like, why would you DNF that? It's so good. I also DNF'd Truly Devious, LOL. Did you not like it, or was it like my case where I liked it, it just like was bad timing? All right, and then we have one you've probably seen a million times, Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. If you don't know who Leigh Bardugo is, welcome to YouTube. So again, this is about a group, or I don't think we follow a group of students. Maybe we do. I don't know. I've wanted to read, I haven't read Ninth House. I really want to read it. I need to just buy it already, but it's adult, and I don't read a lot of adult, but I want to get into it more. I really like young adult. I'm pretty over YA. I still read it some, but like for the most part, I'm pretty over YA. So I really like new adult, and I want to get more into adult. I just feel like when I'm reading adult, like I'm kind of chancing it. Like I'm either gonna like really love it or really hate it, and I hate doing that. But yeah, Ninth House, again, you're at a like prestigious college or boarding school. There's some sort of mystery. You're following, the main character is usually a girl. Yeah, to attend the world's most elite universities on a full ride. Mysterious benefactors with monitoring the activities of Yale's secret society. So we're at Yale. That's gnarly. That's freaking awesome. Oh, they're in Los Angeles? Wait, what? High-ranking politicians to Wall Street and Hollywood's biggest players. The activities are sinister. What? Okay, so this might be a little culty. If you're gonna read like a culty book, you might as well read it during the fall, let's be honest. And then we have, I also want to read The Secret History. I can't remember who wrote that. I've wanted to read that for forever, and I still have not got it. But again, it's the same scenario, same like dark academia book. But there's also If We Were Villains. Which one is it? Which book is it where they are in a Shakespeare like club? I can never remember if it's this book or The Secret History. Yeah, it's this one. So we're at like a prestigious school, like an old prestigious school, and we're following like the Shakespeare Club, but then I think murders start happening in the way that they happen in like Shakespeare plays. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Enter the players. There were 7 of us then. So I'm guessing there's 7 of them and one of them dies. I want to read this. I just want to read all these books at the same time. And I can't. I take so long reading. Yeah, I've heard great things about like literally all of these books, and I just wish it didn't take me so long to read, honestly. Ninth House was another library book club pick, but I just couldn't get into. Everyone else liked it. So I saw like mixed reviews. Either people really liked Ninth House or they really hated it. I actually saw more negative reviews than positive, but the positive ones I did see, I thought like I aligned with those readers more. So I think I'm really gonna like it. But then again, I haven't read adult in a while. So who knows, maybe it'll be like too adult for me. Okay, let's just do the next one real quick. So I kind of put paranormal and dark fantasy together because sometimes they overlap, I feel like Twilight is technically paranormal, but it's definitely fantasy and it's definitely urban fantasy, and in a way it can be dark fantasy. You know, I hate when like genres, I hate when one book is like multiple genres, but yeah, I'm going to recommend a book that I don't see anyone talking about, and I feel like more people need to talk about this book. When it first came out, people talked about like hauling it, but I never saw people actually reading it. And it's called Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessel. Let me go back to the comments. This book, I think about this book all the time. Like I will randomly think about this book. This is like I think this is the weirdest book I've ever read. So if you like weird, maybe even a little creepy or strange, or you like it's hard to understand type of book, then you're really gonna like this. The mountain is a face, by the way. I don't know if you can see that, but when I got this book, I did not know the mountain was a face. I thought it was just a mountain. But basically our main character goes to this house where she plans on like staying the weekend with a group of friends that are like kind of like misfits. They're getting together after not being together for a while. And how do you explain this book? She like goes to leave at one point and realizes that she can't like leave the neighborhood. She can't leave the area. And is like, what the heck? And turns out none of them can. They are in a like loop. So they're like that in between stage, like between life and death. And they're like living this constant. If you've seen Vampire Diaries, it's kind of like that, where Bonnie and Damon are for like freaking all of season 6 or 7 or whatever. But it's so much more than that. But I don't want to spoil it. So the reason I say paranormal is because they're constantly like they're like ghosts. Basically the entirety of the book, but they're like ghosts. They start human and they're like kind of ghosts, but kind of not. So that's why I feel like this is paranormal. I don't think they actually considered this in the paranormal genre though. I love that. But yeah, this is like, I think it took me a while to read the first half of this book. It's a little hard to get into or to understand at first, to be honest, but I think it had to do with the author's writing. But then once you're halfway through, I finished it in like a day because so much was happening and it was really entertaining, and you don't know who to trust, and there's like drama between the people and so much is happening and they're trying to figure out how to like get out, and yeah, weird but good book. I also put Midnight Sun on this list, but like I feel like I don't really need to explain Midnight Sun, right? You can just watch my review/reading vlog. It's my most recent video. But this is technically paranormal. And if you haven't read Midnight Sun yet, you should. Because it was good. And you can read it whether you've already read the Twilight Saga or not, because it's the beginning. Sounds like Beetlejuice stuck in the house. Yes. And Beetlejuice is one of my favorite Halloween movies. I have not, almost watched it the other day, actually. I have not watched Beetlejuice yet. So I still need to watch that one. But is Beetlejuice like in between life and death? I can't remember. It's been so long since I watched that. Um, and then the other book I have for paranormal, again, haven't read this yet, but I've wanted to read this series for so freaking long, like a ridiculous amount of time. I never know where the camera's at. What am I doing here? So it's called The Diviners by Liva Bray. Again, YouTube talks about this all the time, but it is paranormal. It's set in New York, I believe, in like the older days, like the flapper days. When is that? Like the 40s, 50s? I don't know. Probably 50s. I can't believe you can like see my phone so clearly. That's weird. It's crazy. Yes, yes, girl. Um, anyways, it's paranormal because I don't know if any of our like main characters are ghosts, but I know they're like detectives and they're investigating things that are involved with ghosts. And I know a lot of drama happens and there's a lot of mystery and I guess like adventurous type stuff. I don't know. I just heard it's really entertaining. You'll like fall in love with the characters, but it is a very thick series, so be aware. All right, should we just go ahead and do dark fantasy next then? Okay, I have all of these books, and they're all at the bottom. Of course they are. So the first one I have is Middle Game by Shannon McGuire, however you want to say it. I'm so happy I have this book. I've wanted this book for so freaking long, and it was finally on Book Outlet. So I snatched it up real quick. The reason I didn't get it was because I saw it on Book Outlet one time, and when I went to go get it, it was already taken. There was only like one copy left, so I waited for it to be on there again. If you guys don't, or if you've never used Book Outlet before, I have a code. I don't know if it's in the description, to be honest. I can't remember if I put it in the live description, but I think it's like $10 off your first purchase if you use the link in the description. So I don't know if this is on there, but I know I get the majority of my books from Book Outlet, so I'm sure some of these books are on there. But yeah, it's about, I think Dodger's a girl, right? I know Roger's a boy. So they're like monsters or gods that were created by like a scientist. Yeah, so Reed created Dodger and Roger and gave them like powers. So Roger is skilled with words, languages come easily to him. Dodger, his twin. Oh, no, it's a boy and a girl. Numbers are her world, her obsession, her everything. Those are some weird powers. Like, I'm just so intrigued by this book. Everyone that reads this says they love it. One of my friends on YouTube read it and said they loved it. Books and Lala is my favorite YouTuber. And she talks about this book all the time. I have a video planned out to read this book that I'm really excited to do. But now would be the perfect time to read this. I just hear it's very like, so it's a dark fantasy. I wouldn't really say it's paranormal. Is it like a mystery thriller? I'm not sure. The cover creeps me out with the hand. I can't pick it up because of that. I'm so weird. This is one of my favorite covers of all time. I like every time I've seen this cover, I'm the opposite. It's made me want to get it. Because look at it. It's just so freaking cool. And then once you get it, you'll realize that the hand is actually like a wax hand that's on fire. So it's not like an actual hand. So maybe that'll make you feel better. We're reading middle game for my book club next month. Oh, cool. What book club are you in? I always love the idea of book clubs. I kind of want to start my own book club at one point, maybe. But I just feel like I can't meet their expectations. That I would probably finish like 10 of the 12 books, or I'd probably finish like 2 of the 12 books we would be assigned. Let's be honest. I'm just not like, this is why I don't make TBR videos. When I say I'm going to read like 5 books, guess what? I won't read any of them. I'll choose 5 completely different books. It's always just, I'm a mood reader. It's just based on my mood, what I feel like. Because like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was all about contemporaries. I was ready to finish Midnight Sun and just read like 5 or 6 contemporaries, and here I am like not even wanting contemporaries. I want like true fall/autumn aesthetic books. Yes, you put the book outlet info in the description. Thanks. You're welcome. It's usually in all my videos. I just can't remember if I put it in the live description. Hi, Alexandria. Okay. So yeah, I don't have much to say about this other than I've heard nothing but good things. I don't even really know what's like. I don't know the plot of this. I don't really have a true synopsis, I feel like, but I don't really need one. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. I don't like to read synopsises anyways. I don't want to know what's gonna happen before the middle of the book, so I'm good with it. Next is The Beautiful by Renee Adier. Another booktube friend read that. 2 booktube friends read this and really, really liked it. It is a vampire book, so if any of my Twilight people are out there, I would definitely look into this. It is about vampires in New Orleans, so if you've also seen Vampire Diaries or the originals, you'll probably like this too, because the originals is about the original vampires that are set in New Orleans. And there's a map in the front. You know a book's going to be good when it has a map. And it's just crazy because I went to New Orleans a little over a year ago, and that's like the setup of it. So it's just weird to like read a book about it. But yeah, I don't really have much. All I know is that it is about vampires in New Orleans, and they come out at night, I'm guessing. And if you've ever been to New Orleans, you know the like creepy, eerie kind of voodoo paranormal type of feeling you get when you're there. So I feel like that's going to be a really good setting with like vampires taking over the town. But yeah, a lot of people really, really like this. Oh, okay. So yeah, I feel like most book clubs, it's just like you and your friends get together real quick. I know Nashville, so I live in Nashville, and there's a few book clubs here that people are a part of that I could definitely look into if I wanted to, but my dog is at the door. I'll let her in, but I feel like she's gonna freak out. Do you want to come in here? No. Hello. What are you doing? You having fun? Oh, she's a big girl. Oh. Can you say hi? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. You can leave now. She might chill with us for a while. Babe, you took out my light. Okay, bye. She literally just took out my light. She's a rascal. She ruins everything. But yeah, anyways, what I was saying was I really want to be a part of a physical book club, but it's just not realistic for me as a reader. I wish I could do that. I probably need, actually, no. When I'm held accountable, like I'm held accountable on YouTube all the time and I still don't finish books, so, or I still don't read. So I just would not be good for a book club. Yeah, that's my puppy. She's been in a few videos, but I haven't had her in one in a while. I don't think. I can't remember. I'm all over the place. We're still in 2020, people. I will not be my normal self until 2021, probably. Or maybe even 2022. Who knows at this point. Next book is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. So this is actually my only Victoria Schwab books I've read, because this is a duology. The second one's called Our Dark Duet. But this would actually be a really good book for you if you really liked Midnight Sun, because the main character, August, is a lot like Edward in a sense where he is a monster and he doesn't want to be one. So in this world, you have like different types of monsters. There are vampires in this world, but August isn't a vampire. He's just a monster. He can he plays a violin and he creates, God, it's been so long since I've read this book too, but he creates what can he do when when you create music or songs? I don't remember if it's bad or not. I don't remember if it kills people or it sucks their soul or something like that. But yeah. We were just talking about 2020 real quick, and now I'm just literally in a mind, fuck, it's fine. But anyways, he's a monster and he doesn't want to be one. So he has a lot of internal conflict, just like Edward, where it's good versus evil all the time. He doesn't want to be a monster. He would rather be human, but it's just what he is. And he's trying to use his power for good, but he is a bad being type of thing. And there is a girl in here. I think her name is Kate, and she's kind of a troublemaker, and they find each other and they're pals and stuff. Her dad is the main villain of the story. Does he die? God, it's been so long. This is a really good duology though. I feel like I'm not talking it up as much as I should. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and then the second book I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars. So I did think the second book was better than the first one. I don't know why I didn't give it 5 out of 5 stars. 5 out of 5 stars. Corsai, Malachi, and Sunai are the 3 different types of monsters. So Malachi is what a vampire is, I think. I don't know, I can't remember, but there's 3 different types of monsters in this world. And if you don't already know, Victoria Schwab is very popular on YouTube. I really want to get into more of her other books. Where are they at? Are they? No, it's not on here. I have more of her books, but they're on my other bookshelf. So yeah, I think that's it for dark fantasy that I have. So all I have left is mystery and thrillers. So I'm gonna get my books ready for that. I'm not a mystery or thriller reader, but I know a lot about them because my favorite YouTuber that I've said 1,000 times, Books and Lala, aka Kayla, reads thrillers, and so I know a lot about them because I watch all her videos and her vlogs, but I don't read them really, and I really want to get into them because my mom is big into mystery and thrillers. So I will literally take what Kayla will tell me in videos, and then I apply that for books to get my mom usually. And then my mom will give me back the books and be like, you need to read this, and I'm like, okay, and then I never do, and I know I won't. But anyways, mysteries, thrillers. So this is called Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I don't know what this book is about. The daughter goes missing. and it's like 10 years later, and we're following the mother. And I think that's all we really know. You're trying to figure out what happened to the daughter. I know Kayla really likes books, or she likes thrillers from the mother's perspective when the child is missing. I don't know why, but apparently those are good thrillers. And I'm sorry, but I don't really, thrillers are hard to really talk about because you don't want to give too much away, and the summaries really don't ever have that much anyways. So there's not really much you can like talk about, which is really bad for like this kind of setup, because it's like, okay, well, what am I getting? Like, I don't want to read a book about a mother with a missing daughter. Like, what else is there? And I don't know what to tell you. But I got that book for my mom, and she said it was amazing, 5 out of 5 stars. And then I also got this for her, The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. She also gave this 5 out of 5 stars. She said it was amazing. She literally said these were like the 2 best books she's ever read. And my mom reads a lot, and a lot of thrillers. That's all she reads, really. Stephen King blurbed this. Our main character lives alone. She spies on the neighbors. Perfect family moves across the street. She doesn't know what's real, what's imagined, who's in danger, who's in control. No one and nothing is what it seems. I feel so bad. So yeah, I haven't read any of these thrillers. These are just like thrillers I have and that people have said are really good. I just want to be able to like give you guys recommendations even if I haven't read them, because like all the books I haven't read all of them, obviously, and I'm not a thriller person. But yeah, if you're looking for some more thrillers, these 2 are ideas. And then of course I have to shout out Ruth Ware. So Ruth Ware has a new book coming out. I think it's called One by One. I'm actually receiving it here soon. Yeah, One by One. So I'm going to be reading that as soon as I get it, because I would love to review that book for you guys and for the agent sending it to me and to review it on Goodreads and all that. I don't really know what that one's about, though. It's all over her website, but I don't see a summary. Again, Kayla really likes Ruth Ware. The Death of Mrs. Westaway she really liked, and The Turn of the Key she really liked. Ruth Ware also has The Line Game, The Woman in Cabin 10. I don't have it with me, but that's it's on my other bookshelf, in a dark wood. I forgot that was by her. That book cover doesn't even look like it's by her. You know how authors always have like the same type of book covers? That did not look like one of her books, but I do have this one in my possession right now. It's called The Woman in Cabin 10. It has one of those like covers where, like, I don't know if you can see, but it looks like there's rain on it, and when you go to feel it, it feels like, I don't know, little bumps and stuff. I believe our main character is on like a boat and a murder happens, so she's like stuck on this boat with all these people, and obviously there's a murderer on the boat. Yep. A woman was thrown overboard. Wow. And apparently this boat or cruise or yacht or whatever is like really nice. So it's like a bunch of like rich people. Yeah, my mom read this as well and said it was really good. So I'm glad I can give you guys like my mom's recommendations, because I don't read these books. But then we have Paula Hawkins books. And I have had both of these 2 books since I started my booktube channel. Granted, I've only been here, I think it's over 2 years, but under 3. I've literally said I'm going to read these every fall, and I just never do. different day, same old story. I'm not funny. Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. This is the newer one. I've had multiple people tell me they like this. They like this book. And then The Girl on the Train. I've seen the movie, so I already know what happens in this book. So that's why I literally haven't picked it up, because I'm like, oh, I've seen what's happened. But I haven't watched the movie in a couple years, so maybe it'll be a little more fresh for me. But The Girl on the Train is about a girl who rides a train every day to work, and she like stares at this perfect family every day, and she's like is like talking to them, but she's like reflecting on herself. She goes to a therapist. She has like alcoholism, I think, and something like really traumatic has happened, but you don't know what. And then at some point someone dies, and I don't want to give too much away because I do know what happens. Like I know the plot twists and whatnot. So if you haven't seen the movie, read the book first and then watch the movie, because the movie was really good. And then Into the Water, I'll say this for the billionth time. I don't know much about. I know it's about, I think, so a girl is found. Her body was thrown in the water. A single mother. A teenage girl did. Yeah, so it was a teenage girl got thrown in the water, was killed, thrown in the water, and then a single mother did right after her. Left behind is a 15-year-old girl. That summary doesn't seem as interesting as The Girl on the Train, to be honest, but you don't know who's doing this, so that's like the main mystery of it all. And I don't know, everyone always says mysteries and thrillers are the best in the fall time, and I get it because of horror movies, but I just feel like I would rather watch a horror movie and then just read like the other genres I've shown. Like I love a good witchy aesthetic. Garden Spells has been great. Dark fantasy obviously is literally my favorite genre, I would say. Paranormal obviously, and dark academia, if that's how you say it. I just freaking love. So I really love all of these genres except mystery and thrillers. That's one I really need to get into. Yeah, so I'm trying. My boyfriend's been reading a little bit more. We go to the bookstore every now and then because it's like down the road from our apartment. I want to get him, he's wanted to read Harry Potter here and there, so I really want to get him to read Harry Potter. Maybe I'll reread it the same time he's like reading it for the first time. I think that'd be fun. And I really want to read Hunger Games. I don't know why. I've been like dying to read Hunger Games. I started watching the movies the other day, and I just really want to read them. I've never read them before, and people request me to read them all the time. So it's like, okay, maybe I'll read them soon, then we can read them together. But I think it's really cute to buddy read with your significant other. In a thriller, we want to be entertained and surprised. We need a thriller that can get us both. I just watched that video this morning. I literally watch her every day. She's so calming to watch in the morning when I'm doing my makeup and like getting ready. Yeah, so like she literally said in the video, her newest video, she was really, really entertained by a thriller, but she ended up giving it like 3 stars because she just, not one thing happened where she wasn't surprised. And I totally get that. Like, you don't want it to be predictable, but you also want to be entertained. If you don't have both, like, after you've read so many thrillers, it's like, I need something. Like, you don't want to read a thriller and then, like, nothing happens. Like, what's the point? Like, thrillers are meant to have multiple plot twists and just so much happening. Like, you should not have to learn about all these characters for nothing to happen. So I totally agree. That's the mystery of the, yeah. Yep. Mhm. I love all things Ruth Ware. I have a hold for a new book one by one from the library. Yeah, that's the one I'm being I should be receiving. If I don't get it by Friday, hopefully I'll get it by next week. But yeah, that's the book it'll probably be my first Ruth Ware book, so I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I don't even really know the synopsis if you want to help me out on that. I know Kayla read it. And I watched her video where she talks about it a little bit. I don't know why my response to this didn't make any sense probably at the time, but I was just saying that's a good point. Yeah, that's why I don't like reading synopses. I don't know, all the way through. As you can tell, I do not know English. I just like to be I just like to experience things for the first time through my own eyes and judgment. I don't want to be, even though I watch a lot of BookTube and I follow people on Twitter that will talk about books and stuff. I don't want to expect things because if I expect it too high or I expect it too low, it's gonna be different. And if it's the same, then that's great. But I don't want to chance that. Books just take so I mean, for some people they don't, but books take a while to read and you're invested. So I better enjoy my time. I want to set myself up for success. Okay, guys, we're at 52 minutes. And I've gone over all the books. So if you have any questions, let me know and I'll answer them real quick. We have 8 minutes left. I'm sorry to do this so late. It's literally 8 o'clock right now and I'm so tired. I literally just want to I'm in my work clothes still. This is what I wore to work today. I do not wear this on a normal basis. Oh, if you guys didn't know, if you look in the description, I am doing something really cool, really fun. I'm about to launch something, so if you want to be a part of it, that'd be awesome. But I am coming out with candles, so if you've been a part of all the Countdown to Midnight Sun stuff, then you know that I talked about doing merch for the longest time, and I have just not, came out with anything yet, and I finally, a while back, decided on what I was going to do, and I have candles coming out. So what we're going to do for the first round is I'm probably just going to do the first round through Facebook and Venmo and stuff like that, just because I want I want my actual subscribers to get the first round. I don't want to create a shop or post about it on my YouTube and other people buy it. I want at least for the first round, it's not an insane amount of candles. To be honest, I think I have 20. But I put a lot of time into it. I've tested out a lot of different stuff. I've played around with formulas and scents and the colors and it's been a whole thing. I'm not going to make any money off of this. I'm just going to be honest. I put so much money into it that I figured out all this stuff and I'm not making any money off of it, and that's fine. I just wanted to do it for fun and I wanted to give something that was Twilight related. I'm going to continue doing bookish candles after though. I have so many ideas. I just have a document with all of my ideas and it's going to be really fun and I'm really excited about it. But anyways, they're not up yet. I haven't launched them yet, but if you aren't already, I think I have it in the description where you can sign up for them, the candles. And if you're not in our Facebook group, you can join that too, because I basically just update. I mean, not just me, everyone post in the Facebook group. But that's where I update people with Twilight stuff or the candles or just like videos in general. We just go on there. We talk about like Midnight Sun and Twilight and all that. And it's a good time. So you can join the Facebook group if you want, or you can just sign up for the candles. It's just a way to contact you when they are released so that I don't have to like make it public and then you miss out. But yeah, I think like 20 people have signed up and I have 20 candles. So, but that you never know. Some people might not be able to get them and whatnot. So if you want some candles that I made personally, please sign up. Don't know if you mentioned it. Have you read Crave? No, so I haven't read Crave, and I get this a lot on literally all of my Twilight videos. I think people tell me to read that series. I'm going to be honest, if it's like Twilight, I probably, this is going to sound weird, but I probably won't like it right now. I really just want to read something that's not Twilight-y right now. I'm just like, I've been in this phase where I just want to get over YA and specifically kind of like YA fantasy. Like it's like when you first start like reading YA, you're like this, and then you like go up, and then you kind of like come down. I'm like right here, like I'm coming down from that, and I just want to try out different genres. So I just don't think Crave would be for me, to be honest. But I hear a lot of people like it. So you don't have to have Facebook to sign up for the candles. If you want to join the group and you have Facebook, you can. I don't even know why I have Facebook, to be honest. I hate Facebook. But yeah, if you want to just sign up for the candles, go to the document in the description. You'll put your name, and then you'll either put your email or your like Instagram handle, how you want to be contacted. All things book related. Oh, good. Me too. I had this work thing after work, and it was a good time. We like had a cookout and stuff. And then I at like 6, I started this at 7, and at like 6:10 or 6:15, I was like, okay, I gotta go soon. And then I just started talking. I actually started talking about astrology. I always talk about astrology with everybody. And I left late and I was in a rush, but thank you. I'm glad. Do you have any romance I can't talk. Do you have any romance recommendations? Do you read the romance genre? I do, and I don't talk about it enough on my channel. So most of my romances are in the other room. Here's some. What was that? This is my favorite romance of all time, The Hating Game. These are all contemporaries, though, so not really fall related, but 99% Mine, Sally Thorne also. This is her new book, but The Hating Game. Girl, you got to read The Hating Game, especially if you like work in an office or like that. And then Christina Lauren, of course, my favorite Half Night Stand. Love in Other Words. I just read their new, this is a duo, an author duo. They're both girls. And I just read their new book called The Honey Don't List, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. It's the same scenario where if you work at like an office or you just work in a professional setting at all, like you're going to like it, because it's always about like 2 coworkers that have like tension between each other. And yeah, those are really good. If you've not heard of The Flat Share, you should look into The Flat Share. I wanted to read it like all summer, and I told myself I was going to read it after Midnight Sun, but then I started picking up fall books because I'm just always so late to the game. All right, guys, we are at an hour, so I'm going to say peace out. I hope you guys got some good book recommendations, and for example, if you don't like one genre I gave you, at least I've given you 1 or 2 like genres you actually like and read. And yeah, I know not a lot of people were on this live, and that's completely fine. I mean, we used to do like literal trivia, so it makes sense why there's so many like at the lives before. But either way, thank you guys for joining me. Let me know if you want more lives. Let me know what, kind of like videos you guys want to see here soon. I need to post more. I've been slacking a little bit, but it's been crazy, like work-wise and life-wise. It's been crazy for a minute, so be easy on me. But yeah, thank you guys for joining.